What's up? My name's Devin, also go by Infinite or Pop by Infinite. And today we got another tutorial. So I'm actually gonna break down this beat that I made right here. It's like a Tyler the Creator, Igor kind of styled one, with like a little beat switch. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I actually started off with the piano. I actually forgot which piano I used for it, but these are the chords I ended up doing. I remember I specifically did use an upright piano in Analog Lab 4, but I forgot to put the name of the piano down, so I ended up losing it. But I mean, like, we ain't gonna stress about it too much, you feel me? We already exported everything and everything's cool so far. But my goal with this was to make a pretty sample sounding chord progression, but then just make it sound ugly with the processing. And I felt like that's something that could fit within like an Igor kind of realm, you feel me? So this right here is a cool like little piano progression. It is very pretty. It does sound kind of classical and everything like that, but the things I did to make it sound ugly was to take the velocity, I turned them up all the way up, you feel me? And then I went to the mixer channel, I put on Valhalla vintage verb, some delay and isotope vinyl, and I turned the warp up pretty high, and then I exported it out, put on another mixer channel, threw RC20 on it, threw some more wobble on it, a little bit of noise, a little bit of distortion, a little bit of magnetic. And then I also threw this gross beat on here, the vinyl off, and that's for the automation where it kind of does that little kind of sound. So I did that for the first 4 bars, and then for the second 4 bars, I added these strings right here. Yep, and that's just the regular SRX strings. And then I threw the same gross beat preset on it just so I can get that little sound. And then I just drenched it in reverb. You know what I mean? I feel like when you drench strings in reverb, it kind of like helps it be more ambient and kind of like fit into the mix better. And after that, we have the like the little 4 count, which is just like the regular drums right here. But then I just took it and cut it up into the 4 sections and repeated it so it does the... It's just this chopped up. To start off with the drums, I did this little beatbox thing. I just literally recorded it into the mic. You could do it with your iPhone if you don't have a mic like this. It doesn't really matter because you're gonna blend it into the beat and degrade it anyway, so it doesn't have to be like the best quality. So this is what it sounds like. So I was like, that was really weird, and that's like something that could fit within this Igor realm. So the way I did that is I literally did the like I literally did that into the mic, and then I threw a radio preset, RC20, but it's like an 808 like preset, so that's what really gives it the distortion. And then I threw on reverb too, and then I layered these 2 snares together. This is the first one, then I added this one. I did that little part at the end just to add like a little bit more bounce, a little bit more flavor and everything like that. And then for the snares, there's no processing or mixing done to it. It was just, they sounded good as is, so I just left it how it was. After that, I threw these hi-hats in here. It just repeats like that throughout the whole loop. And the way you get that groove is that you just take a regular 2-step and then you make 1 velocity high, 1 velocity low, and then you take that second note and you drag it to the right so it's not like directly like a 1-2 like. And then the processing for those hi-hats is just RC20, the drum break preset, and then this EQ right here to kind of like boost up the highs and cut out like any type of low end. After that, I just got like literally the fattest kick I had. And I layered it with this sound effect, and I just thought it was cool. Then no processing for those 2 sounds either. Then just layered a nasty 808 on top of that too. But what I did with the 808 is I added extra notes. So if you listen to it with the kick and the sound effect, you'll hear that there's gonna be some missing kicks, and I do that intentionally because it adds more bounce. These ones don't have a kick on them. So for the processing on the 808, all I did was just take this RC20 preset. I messed with the EQ to see what it would affect because I wanted to keep the low end, like the sub end, very, very normal, just so it has like that rumble when you get in the car and you bump that shit. You feel me? So I only affected like the mid frequencies for the 808 just because I wanted the distortion to come out, so if you're listening to it on your phone you can still hear the 808. And then I actually left the digital knob alone. I just turned the magnitude down just so it wasn't affecting the 808 too much. Then after that I just put like a little boost to the low end just so it has like I said, that rumble when you get in the car to make sure it slaps no matter what. Then I added this little tom roll right here. Nothing crazy, it's just like literally just hitting those notes like 1 2 3 4. That's it. I believe the only processing I did to this one was I just threw some reverb on it. That's just to make it sound less dry, make it fit in the mix a little bit better. And then I got this little hi-hat loop right here from the count. You know what I mean? And then that just loops throughout too. All I did for the processing was I just turned it down like super low, put a radio preset on it and the drum break preset from RC20. I wanted this to kind of be like a background thing. I didn't want it to be like the very forefront of everything. And then the Vox right here, the Vox is actually me going whoop into the mic. I just like literally recorded it with some auto tune on, and then I just turned the volume down a lot. Then I threw some saturation on it, some distortion, an EQ, reverb, and delay. And then that's what made it sound like this. Yep, just like that. And then the last thing I did for this B section of the beat is I took the strings that I had in the beginning and I chopped them up and I put them into the second part of the hook. I really like the fact that I did this because it just gave like these pretty strings that I had in the beginning, and now that you put them in the context with these drums, they sound dark now. So like when you listen to it, like now when they're in the context with all these drums, they sound like eerie, kind of scary. You know what I mean? But when you hear them over here,
hey, go ahead, Infinite.
It sounds pretty, which I like. I really like the fact that like it sounded so pretty, and I took that same thing, put it over here, chopped it, and now it sounds like scary. You know what I mean? Like the complete opposite of that feeling. Now let's talk about the arrangement. So this video was inspired by this person right here. I actually followed his tutorial to make this beat, so definitely make sure to check out his video as well. And the format that he kind of gave out was just make something pretty, do a tape stop, 4 count, and then go into like the hardest beat that you can make ever in your life. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the format that I ended up following myself. So just pretty piano, hit it with the strings, then do the little drop thing, then the whole like beat, bop, 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 bop. And then after this, like once you get into the beat part, it's just normal formatting. It's really just hook right here, verse right here, and then it just repeats over, and that's it. So with that being said, that concludes another tutorial. If you liked the video, then just hit the like. If you want to comment, throw a comment. And then if you want to sub, hit the sub. Also throw a comment of what you want to see me do next, and then peace out.